What is up, Tooligans? It's your boy Two Times, and welcome back to Pro Tools Approved. I added a new piece to my collection today. I finally got around to getting the current generation of the Milwaukee M12 hammer drill driver, the 3404, which replaces the 2504. And I was pleasantly surprised in about everything about it. I'm really a big fan of the M12 line, as well as the DeWalt 12 volt Extreme line. It's nice to not have to carry around a big drill or impact all day when you don't need it. As you can see, my 2504 is well worn, well used. The 3505 is new-ish to me. I've had it for a couple days now and got some trigger time on it, just enough so I could give it a decent review here. And I'll tell you what, it is a large improvement on the previous generation, in my opinion. So one of the biggest things is the ergonomics of the grip area. I've never what makes me a little bit more of a fan of the DeWalt versus the Milwaukee is how girthy, how big the grip area is on the M12s because of the pistol-sized shaped battery. Go ahead and insert joke where needed. The grip area on the 3504 is a tad bit smaller. And also, well, we'll say the 2504 weighs in at 36.8 ounces, which is about 2.3 pounds. 3504 comes in at 34 ounces, which is about 2.125 pounds. So it is noticeably lighter when you pick it up. The difference in the width across the base grip is 34 millimeters versus 36.5. So it's 2.5 millimeters narrower right where the trigger grip meets the back. Also, at its distance between trigger in the back is 61.5 millimeters versus 63.6 millimeters. So you can feel the difference picking up the 3504. It is much narrower across the trigger and across the width of the tool adjacent to the trigger. Of course, they're both the same down here at the base. They need to fit the battery, but also you can see when the batteries are exactly side by side how much further the 2504 sits back. So as you pick up the drill, there's a large amount of weight hanging over the back of your hand. You don't have that with the 3504. It's moved up, right along the knuckle line. So as you put the batteries together in the same spot, you can see that even though the body of the 3504 is shorter, it comes out just a smidge past the old chuck. You can see that the body length is much shorter in the new generation versus the old generation. Now, there are 16 clutch settings in the old, and then it goes right to your drill and hammer drill function all the way up to that's all the way around We get our 16 and then drill and hammer drill. On the new, the detents is a bit stronger. You can feel it when you move it. It has a real good feel to it. We only go up to 12 and then spins quite a bit distance to our drill and hammer drill function. Your gearing switches are in the same spot, 1 and 2. The width of the drills, the drill bodies, very similar. It's nice to have the end cap on the shell of the body, like the impact wrenches and the current gen impacts, versus the split body on the previous model. As you can see, they always want to kind of come apart in the middle there. But again, having them side by side, from this view, you can see how much shorter the current generation is. How similar they are toward the front. A little bit more height in the 3504. But definitely a much shorter body, much longer hangover for the 3405. And as I said, lightweight. Not much has changed in their RPMs. They are both 550 in low. The 2405 was 1700 RPMs in high. The 3405 is down to 1550 RPMs in high. So it's 250 less RPM. I'll have to see if that affects this drill versus the previous. We'll see what kind of torque numbers we can get from the new drill driver and take it from there. Alright, now we've just had a look at the two M12 hammer drills side by side. Do a basic test here to see what kind of torque numbers we get from each. This is absolutely pushing these drills past what they should be used for. It's just the kind of cruel, rudimentary way of testing torque. So they both have 5 amp hour high output M12 batteries. They're both full. They just came off the chargers. They're both going to be in speed 1. Let's start with the 2504. Full battery. Speed 1. First reading is 13.4. Let's see if it'll inch along a little further. 15.3. One more for luck. 16.7. Not too bad for 12 volt this size. Right. Now we'll test the 3404. Oh, of course the batteries are dying. Full power. In speed 1. Cracked it right through. Let's see if I can continue with this. Ugh. Wow. That's 21 and a half right there. I think that's about all the testing we're going to do. This 3404 has a lot more beans than the previous generation 2504. More power, a smaller size. What more could you ask for? Pro Tools approved. Go out and get yourself one. Well, testing didn't quite go as planned. I didn't have much scrap wood sitting around the shop, but in that quick little test, you could see that the 3404 has quite a bit more torque to it than the previous generation. Very smooth delivery of power, great ergonomics, extremely light. It's just a better version of an already exceptionally great 12-volt drill. Absolutely Pro Tools approved. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I appreciate the support from everyone.